Hello, my YouTube family. Now, you know, once you see me drinking something, where I went to lunch. Yeah, you didn't see me yesterday. Yesterday was pure greed and hunger, which is the reason why you didn't see me yesterday. Yesterday, you know what? Let me backload with the story and let me start off with the lips of the day. He's getting all excited because the wind is blowing and the birds are flying and he's having himself a good time. Okay, let's start off with lips. I'm not too crazy about this shade. Sorry, Zephyr. This was the last one that you gave me. The liner, let's start off with that, is Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in Fuchsia lined. And the lipstick with this funky scent is L'Oreal Fresh as a Rose, number 262, Fresh as a Rose. And here it is. That's pretty much what it looks like. Yep. That is Fresh as a Rose. And it's more of a corally pink, but it goes on kind of patchy, which I am not fond of. So I have to kind of keep applying, and then when it skips over, I have to kind of keep applying again. Yeah, I don't know if it's the formulation. Maybe I got a bad batch. I don't know. It's an okay shade, I suppose. And I think I may have another shade like this. I just don't like the way it goes on. That's basically it. I just don't like the way it goes on. Nice shade. The formulation as far as moisturization is fine. It moisturizes my lips just fine. I just don't like the way it goes on. I really just don't like the way it goes on. So, Fresh as a Rose, it's going to go way in the back. It's just going to go way in the back. Okay? So that is Lips of the Day. Now, to fill you in on what happened yesterday. I need a sip. So even though today is my supervisor's real birthday, we kind of celebrated yesterday because one of the co-workers who only works 3 days a week obviously doesn't work on Tuesday. So she decided that she wanted to celebrate yesterday for my supervisor's birthday. She went around collecting money. I gave in a couple of ducats and a card that you had to sign and all of this. Then earlier in the afternoon, now here she comes at me at 12:30. I am counting down, and I've got things to do. Counting down half an hour before it's time for me to get the hell on out so I can go to lunch. Nancy, do you think you could maybe take your lunch out earlier? Because, we're going to go to get, the supervisor's birthday cake, and we want everybody to be here to celebrate. And I was like, well, I was going to lunch at 1. Oh, but we want everybody to be here. I was like, oh, okay. So I will try to go to lunch in a few minutes. But just my luck, they're going out the door to go get the cake and the celebration and all of that and the gift that they got her. And then here comes the mail. So naturally I didn't go to lunch because I had to finish doing what I was doing. Then I had to distribute. Then I had to separate the mail. Then I had to distribute the mail. There goes the lunch. So they came back at about like 1:15. So I didn't go to lunch. And nobody found it odd that I was sitting there. Nobody said anything. Okay, fine. They snuck back in. They went into the kitchen. They put the candles on the cake and everything and all this and that. And then they tried to keep my supervisor out the kitchen. you know, because they wanted to set it up just right. And okay, come on, Nancy, hurry up, get inside. Now, I'm hungry as a dog at this point, okay? Hungry as a dog. All they got was cake. It was an ice cream kind of cake. So, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Okay, fine. They said, ooh, celebration, ooh. Got her a card. Then she opened up her gift, which was like a gold bracelet. I didn't know the money. I must have put the least amount because she got a nice gold bracelet. I know what I put in did not give her a nice gold bracelet. So whatever. You can't say I didn't contribute. In any event, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Okay, everybody cutting the cake, cutting the cake, cutting the cake. The cake was rock solid frozen. So my supervisor's digging the knife in and and I got a fake laugh and this and that. Meanwhile, my stomach is growling like nobody's damn business. And I am far from wanting to laugh. But, oh, I'm a team player. Okay, let's just, telling stories about, oh, when we first worked here and this. Finally, we got the piece of cake. I don't know where they got this cake. This ice cream cake, whatever. I'm still waiting to taste something. Maybe it's because it was still frozen, rock solid or whatever. I took a couple of bites and I threw the rest away. It was too late for me to go to lunch, so I couldn't go to lunch. So I spent the rest of the day. I couldn't even pick on anything. There was nothing to pick on. So I did the day, but at about 4:30, I was done with my work and everything. Now I'm just counting down for time to go around, collect the mail and this and that. Hungry as a dog, I'm trying to decide I need a drive-through somewhere. And I remember that KFC's got these zinger things. And I wanted something spicy. So, okay. I found where the closest KFC to the job was. It's really not that close. It's closer actually to my house than it was to the job. So, okay. I put it in my Garmin. And even the Garmin didn't know where the hell I was going. Keep driving, keep driving, keep driving. Okay. And after a while, I figured I must have passed it. But normally, the Garmin will tell you, you know, reaching destination, the 300 feet or whatever. I didn't hear that. But I'm driving for an awful long time. Awful long time. And I just said, you know what? I think I just passed it. So I clicked off my Garmin and I just put it on the side and I said, forget it. I know where I am, so I'm just going to go straight home. I'm driving. I'm at a red light. And I'm hating on everything and everyone. I'm hating on traffic. I'm hating on the color of the car next to me. I'm hating on everything. And I took my hand off the wheel and I'm sitting like this, just waiting for that green light. And something said, Nancy, turn your head to the left. And I did one of these. There it is. KFC. The Colonel's face is smiling at me. I was like, ooh, there you go. So I passed the light and I'm looking, I'm going, okay, where do I enter? Because I see the exit sign, but I don't see where to drive in. So I made a U-turn because that was the only way you could get to it. I made a U-turn and I passed the entrance, but you can't really, because there's no sign that says entrance. There's only a sign that says exit to drive out of. So I passed it and I said, well, how the hell are you going to get in? There's obviously a drive-through. You see cars driving out. So I had to drive around the corner again. And finally, I found the entrance. Small little itty bitty thing. If you drove too fast, like I did, you missed it. What are you doing? What are you doing? He just hopped on my lap. What are you doing? Yes, boo-boo. Ooh, he's awfully needy right now. Honey, you know when you're so damn hungry, your eyes are bigger than your stomach. I ordered food for 2 days yesterday, and I still have some left over. I ordered 2 of everything. I wanted 2 zingers. I wanted large fries. Honey, I was hungry as a dog. So when I came home, there was no way in hell I was going to make a video. No, because I was enjoying my food. And you know, once the itis kicks in, you ain't going to do shit. So That explains yesterday. Let's talk about today. About this whole room situation, and people who set it up in the calendar obviously don't know what the hell they're doing. So the big boss scheduled a meeting in the boardroom from 12 to 12:30. Pitbull, remember her? She set up a meeting in that same boardroom from 12:30 to 1. So I'm looking at the calendar, I'm going, there's no way that his meeting is going to be over in a half an hour. And I was right. So I'm sitting there, I'm typing what I have to type, I'm entering what I need to enter, and here she come at me. Who's in that room? I said, the big guy is in that room. Oh, well, who scheduled him? I said, I don't know. You may want to talk to his assistant. Because she's got attitude on me already. I said, I kind of had a feeling that there was going to be a conflict. And then she turns to me, fire in her eyes, but she don't know who the hell she's talking to. She turns to me, and I've got the papers, because not only do I have the calendar on my computer screen, you have to print it out in case, you know, you don't have it on your computer. At least you have it on the side and you can see. So I'm looking to see if there's another free room available. So while I'm looking for another free room, she turns to me and she said, oh, you saw that there was a conflict? Maybe you would have thought about telling somebody about it? Honey, she had that attitude, and I had the paper in my hand. Like, I had the paper in my hand like this. I gave her one of these. And I was silent for like a good 3 seconds. I'm just looking at her. Like, bitch, you don't know who the hell you talking to. I didn't say that. I just upped my eyes, stayed silent. I had to literally count to 10. My inner child is screaming and cursing, but I'm just keeping it together. And I said, maybe the person who set up the appointment should have seen on the calendar that there would have been a conflict, and why did they schedule a 12:30 to 1 o'clock appointment if they already saw that it wasn't going to be available. So she looked at me with like a half smile, but I saw fear in her eyes. She said, I said, maybe you want to talk to his assistant. Now, mind you, she's got a meeting with another coworker. Now, the other coworker, which happens to be the Joker, Mr. Joker Man, he's standing a couple of feet away, and he's looking at me like, oh shit, I've never seen her like that. No, you've never seen me like that, because in order for you to see me the way I am right now, somebody got to come at me. She's coming at me. So now you're going to see a different side to me. Okay? So I'm keeping it together. And she said, well, why were the 2 meetings? I said, first of all, I'm not the one who sets up the appointments. Okay? His appointment was a half hour earlier. Obviously, it's running. Oh, it's a half hour early. Oh, I thought the 2 meetings were at the same time. I said, no, he'd been there since 12 o'clock. Yours starts at 12:30. It's 12:30 now. Oh, well, then never mind. We'll just take another room. I put the paper down and I just kept it. I just kept on going. But she went into the room first, and Joker, he was walking slowly into the room, and he was looking at me like, oh shit. And he closed the door behind him. No, I don't have to raise my voice in order to get ugly. To match your ugliness, I don't have to raise my voice. I can get just as ugly. I don't even have to curse at you. You giving me attitude, I am going to turn around and give you attitude right back. Because you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know, obviously you don't know who you're talking to. She may have the appearance and the attitude of a pit bull. But bitch, You don't understand. You really don't understand. So I was fine. I was happy. I was kind of like, you know, like, okay, it's another day. Everything is working out well for me. Okay, I'm doing what I have to do. It took her and her stink ass attitude to turn the rest of my day around. 1 o'clock, I went to lunch. I went to lunch almost 10 after, really, because I was in the middle of doing something people are constantly handing me. And then here she come. Oh, I've got, after she came out of the meeting, by the way, I've got UPS packages. I called for a pickup. Them shits are still sitting next to my desk. Pickup never came. So, bitch, I don't want to hear it tomorrow. If she comes to work tomorrow and she sees her packages still behind my desk, don't come at me. That means that whatever time you called for the pickup, he obviously didn't come while I was still there. Not my fault. I'm not going to stick around, sit there and wait for a UPS man that's supposed to be coming before 5 o'clock. No, bitch. I've got things to do. As a matter of fact, I was so into what I was doing that I turned, something said, look at the time, Nancy. It was 4:57. I should have been collecting the mail, gone downstairs, put the mail in the mailbox, come back up, and it would have been 5 o'clock. I jumped up. I finished doing what I was doing, jumped up, turned off my phone, turned off the computer, went around, brought down, I came back up. It was 5:05. I said, okay. Everybody was long gone, including her. She was long gone. That's okay. I took my time. I took my keys in my hand. I took my bag. And I walked out the door. I didn't have to say goodnight to nobody because everybody was long gone. You know, when Nancy goes down to do the mail, she can't leave at 5 o'clock like everybody else. She's either got to leave at 5:03 or 5:04. I can't be regular. That's okay. You know what? That's all right. That is okay. Y'all just rush out there because all I'm going to do is just meet you at the red light. It really doesn't matter. Cherry Coke, by the way. Yeah, she kind of twisted up my insides after she came at me like that. She really thinks that she can talk to everybody the way she feels that she can talk to everybody. No, bitch. You can't talk to everybody the way you feel like talking to them. There's a certain way you come at somebody. And I'm the wrong person to come at, point blank, period. Because if you have an issue with who's setting up appointments, and by the way, it was her meeting. So in order for it to have been scheduled on the calendar, that would have meant that she is the one that put the meeting from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. She's been working there longer than me. She should know better. I even know better that when Big Man has a meeting and he puts it for like a little itty bitty 30 minutes, you know that shit's going to run for at least an hour and 15, an hour and a half. Because he sits there and he likes to talk. He's very, forthcoming with his clients. And it takes a year and a day. And sometimes, almost all the time, in fact, when other people have meetings in that boardroom, they're looking at me going, shouldn't you tell him? And I have to get up and I have to knock on the door and I have to say, excuse me, such and such is scheduled for this room right now. And he's like, and he's okay with it. He doesn't have an attitude or anything. He's like, oh, okay, time got away from him. But the person, which is his assistant, and she can be a little flighty sometimes, you should know that if he is setting up an appointment, if he says put it for half an hour, put that shit for an hour. Because he's going to talk and talk and talk and talk, or his client is going to come late or whatever. It's going to be longer than what he says it's going to be. I know this by now. Everybody been there longer than me. I'm figuring this out for y'all. I have to figure it out for you. And then Pitbull got the nerve to come at me. Now, mind you, after she had that meeting, she had another meeting, which was scheduled exactly the same way, which was going to conflict with somebody. So when she came out of the original meeting, as soon as she came out, I said, oh, by the way, your next meeting is going to be exactly like this one. It may be conflicting. Oh, I already know. I already know. And then she kept it moving. So you already know? So you already know? Really? It was a large. So yeah, it was just that kind of a day. I would have liked to have ended it the way I started it. I was feeling okay. I was feeling fine. As a matter of fact, when the alarm went off this morning, I don't know how long it was ringing because I was in one of those super duper deep sleeps. Now I sleep deep sometimes, but this was like I must have been halfway dead kind of a deep because it was a good deep sleep. And it was like normally I'll jump up. It's the second my alarm goes off. Oh, honey, I wasn't jumping up for nothing. I was sleeping in a deep sleep this morning. And something, my little guardian angel just kind of nudged me a little. It's time to wake up. Woke up, that thing was ringing. I don't know how long it was ringing, but it was ringing. If only it had been Friday into Saturday, but then I wouldn't have had the alarm, and I probably would have still been sleeping. If I sleep that deeply this Friday into Saturday, no wonder the weekend's gonna go so fast. Oh, I was in a deep coma like sleep. But alas, it's 2 down, 3 more to go, people. 2 down, 3 more to go. And thankfully, I won't be seeing Pitbull and her stink ass tomorrow. She'll be in on Thursday. There are 3 people that are on vacation, so I don't have to worry about them. And you know I can't wait until my supervisor goes on vacation. So here's another thing. Sit down. So I had made an error on something. I don't even know how it happened. I really don't even know how it happened. Here she come around the desk, charging at my desk. How did you do this, this, and this? Because I'm looking on my, and I have to tally up to such and such, and something's definitely wrong. Okay. So she nudged me out the way so she could use my computer to show me the faults. And the whole time that she's clicking, 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 this is all I'm hearing. I'm just looking at this skinny ass bitch, and I'm like, she gonna pass out if she keeps throwing out wind like that. Skinny stick as she is. Honey, you need to inhale every now and then. This exhale that you constantly keep doing, no, it's not good for you. It's not good for you. I didn't say shit. Because she must have thought that I really erred in a major way, like all these numbers weren't going to add up. There were like only 2 or 3. Okay, 2 or 3, Nancy, okay, you need to be a little bit more careful. Granted, that's all you have to do. To try to encourage somebody, don't try to make them feel bad with this. Like my mistakes are so inconveniencing your life that you have to sigh heavily with every click that your finger's on the mouse. Really? So, you know what? I'm so used to it now. I just really have to kind of stop myself from laughing because really, like, you need to be that dramatic. I don't feel badly anymore. I'm comfortable now in the job. I'm comfortable enough to know what I'm doing. And if I do have a question, oh yes, she wants me to ask her. Okay, no problems. I used to be able to ask OCD. but they are moving OCD. She used to sit around the corner from me. They are moving her. This is like the second or third time they moved her. Well, since I've been there, I've seen her move once. Now this is the second time, but the second time I'm seeing her move. But apparently, you know, every time they need a desk for something, they constantly keep moving her. I don't know why. But she's like okay with it. She was very, very quiet and very solemn and very kind of like low key today. I don't know. So I used to be able to ask OCD to help me out, but now she's not going to be there. She's moving to another area. And yes, by the way, there's going to be a new paralegal. They finally got a new paralegal. Her name is Nancy too. That's 3 Nancys in one office. I'm not saying nothing. But if there's a new person, I'm praying to Jesus that my supervisor goes on her, breathe down her back. But this paralegal is working for an attorney. So it'll be the attorney that she'll be dealing with. Which, by the way, he's the one that gives me his times, and he's got chicken scratch that I can't understand for crap. So I don't know if I'm going to be continuing doing his times, which I have a feeling, oh, Nancy, since you're so used to, I can see this already. Since you're so used to doing his times, we'll just let you keep doing it. Why am I doing somebody? I'm doing a gazillion other people's stuff. Just assistant. Can you make photocopies? Even though your assistant's sitting right behind you. Why did you leave your assistant to ask me to do photocopies when you know damn well I've got phones to answer, paperwork to do, UPS to sign, FedEx to sign, priority mail to sign, mail to sign? Why are you asking me when you can have your assistant do all of the shit that you need her to do, that you need done? You're literally walking out of your office, away from her desk, walk to me and ask me to make photocopies. Why? I don't understand. Okay. So that's just the kind of day I've had today. And I explained the reason why you didn't see me yesterday. Cool my insides, people. Cool my insides. Okay. So let's pray to Jesus that tomorrow is a much better day. And you know, now that I can't have lunch downstairs because they closed the cafeteria, they just closed it down. It's dark in there, it's just shut. So now I have to go out. But see, there's a good and a bad for that too. I like going out when the weather's like this. This is all great and wonderful. But when the rain comes and such, you know, I'm still going to have to go out. There's no, oh, well, it's raining, I'll just go downstairs. And I certainly don't want to order in because where am I going to eat it? I'm going to have to eat it in the kitchen. No. I don't want to be in the office during the 60 minutes that I have freedom. I'm taking my freedom outside. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, I don't care. And another thing, in the morning, I can find a nice, close parking spot close to the entrance. But when I leave that parking spot to go out to lunch, you're not going to have the same parking spot because other people will be parked in that spot. So now the parking lot is full, and I got to keep going around and around and around until I find a parking spot, which is what happened today. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, so that's how it's going to have to be. So I can either do one of two things. I can either, like, for instance, I did go to Nathan's for lunch. I sat in the Nathan's because it's nice and wide, and you know it's indoors, but there's nice windows so you could watch what's going on outside while you're eating, which is what I like to do. I'm at peace. I'm kumbayaing, I guess you could say, having my kumbaya moment, my ahusa. I eat my lunch. Then when I'm done, get back in my Jeep, drive back to work. But then it's hard to find a parking spot. Or I could go in, get my food, take it in my Jeep, eat it in my Jeep while I'm going to look for a parking spot that might be closer to the building. But I don't want to have to do that because that messes up the Jeep and it's still brand new, and I don't want to have fries in between seats and stuff. You know, I have to have the Jeep at least a year before I start doing the madness. So it's just gonna have to be what it's gonna have to be. I had to walk a little bit from the Jeep to the entrance when I came back, and from the entrance back to the Jeep when it was time to go home. I'll consider it my exercise, part of my exercise of the day. There's one sacrifice after another, people. There's just one sacrifice after another. And would you believe, because of my greed and hunger of yesterday, I forgot to get my lottery tickets. Monday and Thursday. I get my lottery tickets Mondays and Thursdays. Well, Monday's out because I was too damn hungry. All I was thinking about was the Colonel. All I was thinking about. KFC, honey. That is the only thing I had the taste for in my mouth. And come to find out that the zinger ain't really all that spicy anyway. I was like, well, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. It's the Colonel. But I was expecting my tongue to be a little bit, you know, pulsating a little bit. It's all right. You know, it's a good chicken sandwich. But that's all it is. It's just a chicken sandwich. I don't understand why they're making it look like it's just so spicy hot and it's a zinger and this and that. I was like, okay. I'm going to have the rest of the other zinger today. Because I thought the zinger, that's the other one that I had. They're called the little sandwiches. I bought 2 of those and 2 of the zingers. And I'm going to have maybe the littles this afternoon for dinner tonight. You see, I'm tired as a dog, right? I'm tired, I'm pissed off, and I just want this day to end. It really has ended. I just need to max and relax. That is really what I need to do. Max and relax, girl. Just max and relax. Just chill out. Oh, I'm way past half hour. Okay, I've got to go. You need to let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the day. And I will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. Okay? And God willing. All right. I have to take it one day at a time, people. One day at a time. When you see me, you see me. When you don't, you don't. And there's always going to be a legitimate reason when you don't. I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. It's okay. I like the color. Just the patchiness I'm not too fond of. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, my loves? Mwah. Bye now.